When it comes to famous YouTubers in Africa, few names are as recognizable as I Am Marwa. His travel videos have inspired millions of people around the world. From exploring remote villages to showcasing different cultures, Marwa has built a brand around adventure, positivity, and connecting with people from different backgrounds. But today, we're talking about something much more personal. A question that many fans have quietly been asking. Is I Am Marwa a good father? Before we begin, it's important to remember that this discussion is based on information that has been shared publicly by the people involved. None of us knows the full story behind closed doors, and everyone deserves privacy and fairness. A few months ago, Marwa's former partner, Rokio, publicly revealed that she had decided to end their relationship. According to her, one of the reasons was that she found it difficult adjusting to village life in Kenya. She also spoke about feeling pressure from Marwa's family. One statement that particularly caught people's attention was her claim that even before she became pregnant, Marwa's mother would frequently ask her when she was going to have a baby. For many viewers, this painted a picture of someone who felt under pressure while trying to adapt to a completely different culture, country, and family environment. Eventually, Rokio returned to Argentina with their son. Since then, many fans have been following the situation closely. Months have now passed. During this period, many people have noticed that Marwa has continued traveling to different countries and creating content. However, based on what has been publicly shared online, fans have not seen him travel to Argentina to visit his son. Naturally, this has led to many questions. Has he visited privately without making it public? Has communication broken down completely? Or are there legal or personal reasons preventing such a visit? The truth is, we simply don't know. Another moment that sparked discussion came during Marwa's interview with Lynn and Ngugi. While talking about his son, Marwa expressed hope that one day the child would return to Kenya. To some viewers, that statement sounded emotional. Others interpreted it differently. Some people felt it suggested that he may no longer have regular contact with his son. However, it's worth pointing out that this is only an interpretation by viewers. Marwa himself did not publicly say that he had completely lost contact with his child. And that's an important distinction. One of the biggest questions fans continue to ask is this. If Marwa truly wants to be actively involved in his son's life, why hasn't he traveled to Argentina to spend time with him? Another question is whether he intends to pursue custody or some form of shared parenting arrangement. Again, there are no public answers. Family matters are often much more complicated than they appear on social media. International custody cases involve different countries, different legal systems, immigration issues, finances, and agreements between parents. Sometimes parents choose not to fight in court because they believe it would create more conflict. Sometimes legal advice tells them to wait. Sometimes discussions happen privately without the public ever knowing. And sometimes there are completely different reasons that never become public. That is why it would be unfair to conclude that someone's parenting can be judged solely by what we see, or don't see, online. Being a father is about much more than posting pictures, making public visits, or creating YouTube videos. Likewise, choosing to keep a child away from social media doesn't automatically make someone absent. At the same time, many people believe that physical presence matters. Children benefit from spending time with both parents whenever possible. If a parent has the opportunity to visit their child, many people feel that making the effort is important, regardless of distance. This is why fans remain curious. Marwa has traveled across dozens of countries over the years. So naturally, some viewers wonder why Argentina has not appeared on that list since his son moved there. Of course, there may be reasons the public doesn't know. Perhaps legal matters are ongoing. Perhaps both parents agreed to keep everything private. Perhaps travel is being planned in the future. Or perhaps the situation is far more complicated than anyone realizes. At this point, everything beyond publicly shared facts becomes speculation. And speculation should never be presented as fact. One thing is certain, both Marwa and Rokio are now living separate lives. Their son is growing up, and as the years pass, the decisions made today could shape the relationship they have with him in the future. Many people hope that despite whatever differences exist between the parents, they can eventually find common ground for the sake of their child. Children generally benefit most when both parents can remain positively involved in their lives. As viewers, however, we only see small pieces of a much bigger picture. Social media rarely tells the whole story. Public interviews rarely reveal every detail. And relationships, especially international ones, are often far more complex than they appear from the outside. So, is I Am Marwa a good father? At this stage, there isn't enough publicly available information to answer that question definitively. Some people believe his absence from Argentina raises legitimate concerns. Others argue that nobody knows what is happening behind the scenes. Ultimately, only the people directly involved know the full truth. For now, all anyone can do is observe, avoid jumping to conclusions, and hope that whatever challenges exist can eventually be resolved in the best interests of their son. Time, as they say, will tell. What do you think? Do you believe Marwa is doing everything he can as a father, or do you think more effort should be visible to the public? Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments below. If you enjoyed this discussion, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more stories and conversations just like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.